the commandments and the covenant made with ELU HYMN Iy. Deuteronomy 29:1, these are the words of the covenant which the Sovereign One, commanded, to Moses, and to the Israelites them. And besides the covenant that made with the children of Israel which was made in Horeb, which was that the children of Israel were not to meddle with the Ammonites and Moabites them, nor were they even to go through their land, and beside the other covenant which made with them in Horeb. Deuteronomy 29:2, and Moses called all the children of Israel, and Moses said to them, you all have seen all that the sovereign of all the heavens and the earth did before your eyes in the land of Egypt, and to Pharaoh, and to all of Pharaoh's servants, them, and to all their land. Deuteronomy 29:3, and all the other great tribulations which you have seen done before you and for you and against them with your own very eyes, and you have seen with your own eyes, and all the signs and those great miracles, that ELU HYMN Iy have done. Deuteronomy 29:4, yet in spite of all of these things have done for you, you have not given your ear to hear and to perceive, nor your heart and your eyes to see, and your ears to hear, until this day. Deuteronomy 29:5, and I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. And your clothes they have not waxed old upon you, and your shoes they have not waxed old upon your foot. Deuteronomy 29:6, and you have not eaten bread, neither have you drunken wine, or strong drink, that you might know and that the Sovereign One who is called the Almighty and that is the sovereign of all the heavens and the earth. And that you should be thankful and be proud to have as your sovereign king. Deuteronomy 29:7, and when you came into this place, Sihon the king of Heshbon, and Og the king of Bashan, came out against us to battle with us, and we smote them. Deuteronomy 29:8, and then we took their land, and gave it for an inheritance to the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to the half-tribe of Manasseh. Deuteronomy 29:9, and I therefore admonish you to keep the words of this covenant and to do them, that you may prosper in all that you do. Deuteronomy 29:10, and I encourage you and everyone, that we should therefore understand this day, that all of you are before our sovereign king, ELU HYMN Iy. And that you all should reverence ELU HYMN Iy, the sovereign king, whom is your sovereign king. Because have spoken to all of you and even all the captains of our tribes, and you elders, and you officers, and with all the men of Israel. Deuteronomy 29:11, and have also spoken to your little ones, and to your wives, and to all the strangers that are in our camp, even from the hewer of the wood, to the clothes washers and your drawers washers and even the water carriers. Deuteronomy 29:12, and I am encouraging all of us to embrace our sovereign. And that we all should enter into this covenant with whom is the sovereign of all the heavens and the earth. And who is our sovereign king. And that we all should enter into this covenant with our sovereign king. ELU HYMN Iy, ELU HYMN Iy. And with the other whom ELU HYMN Iy have made this covenant with us this day, Deuteronomy 29:13, and that may establish us and that may gather us all, as He's chosen people to himself, and that may be to us as our own sovereign, as have said to us and as have sworn to us and our forefathers, and to Abraham, and to Isaac, and to Jacob. Deuteronomy 29:14, and not only did our sovereign king, made this covenant with them only, but have made this covenant with others also. Deuteronomy 29:15, and with you and I. And with you and you with ELU HYMN Iy. And with all of you that are standing here with us this day. And all those who are standing before our sovereign, the sovereign king. Our sovereign, and also with those that are not here with us this day, but you all have forgotten your vows. Deuteronomy 29:16, because you all know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we went through all the nations which we passed by. Deuteronomy 29:17, and you all have seen their abominations, and their idols of wood, and stone, and of silver, and gold, which were among them. Deuteronomy 29:18, and lest we all serve ye, we would be like them, and there shouldn't be among you any man or woman, or any families, or tribe, whose heart is so vile that they should be turning away from the covenant that was made this day with thee. And that they should be turning away from ELU HYMN Iy, whom is our sovereign, and then they should go and serve the gods of these nations them, unless there should be among us one with an evil root, and one who is a bearer of gall and wormwood. Deuteronomy 29:19, and it shall come to pass when they shall hear the words of this curse, that they should be proud in their hearts, and they shall say, I shall bless thee, and I shall have peace, even though they are walking in the imagination of their own will and their heart, and then they shall go and serve these other nation and their people gods, and then they shall continue in to add sin and drunkenness to their thirst. Deuteronomy 29:20, because ELU HYMN Iy will not spare them, nor us, but then we shall face the anger of and Iy's jealousy. And then shall be against that man, and then all the curses that are written in this book shall come upon them, and the destroyer, whom is called God IZREAL, shall smite that man. And the sovereign one, shall blot out their names from under heaven. Deuteronomy 29:21, and the sovereign shall separate himself from them, and shall reject them, and shall reserve them for old God who is the destroyer, and for evil, and shall put them out of Iy's congregation, and shall reject them or blot them out of Iy's promises, and from all the tribes of IZREAL, according to all the curses of the covenant, that are written in this book of the law. Deuteronomy 29:22, so that the generation to come of our children, them that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land, and they shall say, when they shall see the plagues of that land, and the sicknesses which the destroyer God would have laid upon it, and even they shall be astonished. Deuteronomy 29:23, because of all the curses, and when all the whole land shall subsequently become a desolation with brimstone and salt, and as a burning flame, and that it shall not be sown, nor tilled, nor would it ever bear anything, and not even any grass shall be seen growing in there, like the land that was overthrown by like all the lands of Sodom, and Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim, which the sovereign one overthrew in Iy's anger, and in Iy's wrath. Deuteronomy 29:24, and even all the nations them shall say, why did the sovereign one have done thus to this land? What was it that caused to destroy them in the heat of great anger? Deuteronomy 29:25, then men shall say, because they have forsaken and because has also forsaken them, because they have forsaken the covenant of their sovereign and their sovereign king of their forefathers, and the covenant which had made with them when brought them from out of the land of Egypt. Deuteronomy 29:26, and also because they went and served God, and Baal and other gods, and they even have worshipped them, even the gods whom they don't even know, instead of worshipping their sovereign whom they knew. But instead they've even have forsaken their forefathers' sovereign, whom they knew, for the other nations them gods, and even for those gods whom the other nation people them have given to them. Deuteronomy 29:27, and the anger of the sovereign one shall be kindled against us, and in us, and on that man and on their land, so as to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. Deuteronomy 29:28, and then the sovereign king shall root them out of their land, in Iy's anger and in its wrath, and in Iy's great indignation, and they shall be cast into another man's land, and into even no man's land, the land of the children of Lot, the land of the Ammonites and Moabites, which is, even across the seas in the land, and the coasts of north and south are Sareth, which is the short name for the lands of Ar and No, and which is nowadays called the land of the Americas, as it is this day. Deuteronomy 29:29, because all the secret things belong to our sovereign Elohim, but those things which He have revealed belongs to He, and to us and to our children them forever, and, that we may all do all the words of His commandments and the things that are in His statutes, and those that are also in His laws, the end to be continued.